Hi, it's Robert here again with some great design tips using that new clustered bouquet that you just purchased at your local supermarket. This time we have a monochromatic group. Monochromatic means mostly all the same color tones. Now let's get started. No, I'm not going to have a drink. Let's get some wine glasses or some water glasses. Everybody has a few of those around the house. And stop by your local craft shop and pick up some marbles. Craft stores, dollar stores, all carry these very inexpensively. What we're going to do is we're going to insert the marbles into the water glass. Be careful not to splash too much. And we're going to do this 3 times using 3 water glasses. Now I've picked the monochromatic yellow bouquet to start with. First thing we're going to do is remove the wrap and separate all of our flowers. In this particular bouquet, we have beautiful alstroemeria lily, yellow miniature carnations, yellow spray roses, and baby's breath, also known as gypsophilia. As I've told you in the past, save your wraps because you never know when you could use them for gift wrapping or in other uses. A good trick with this is to take your food packet and mix it in another vase. Mix it all together so you get the even proportions and then pour it into the glasses. Just another little tip to make sure your food is perfect. Now what we're going to do is take our alstroemeria lily and I'm going to remove the foliage that'll be below the water line. That's to keep any bacteria from forming and discoloring your water. Bacteria is what causes your flowers to die quickly, so you want to make sure you're free of that. Now in this bouquet we have a few pieces of baby's breath. What I'm going to do is break it up into a couple of pieces, and I'm going to create what we call a collar. I'm just going to put some small little pieces this short all the way around the alstroemeria lily to create that. Now what I'm going to do is cut the flowers so that they land right on the rim of the glass. Remember, don't cut too much because you can't put the stems back on. Cut your stems and place it in the glass, making sure the baby's breath has formed a nice collar. Now let's take the miniature carnations and we're going to break them up because they have all little pieces here that we're going to use short. Don't worry about hurting the flowers. We just want to make a little clump of miniature carnations. Miniature carnations are great because they last a long time and their colors are so nice and vivid. Make sure again you've pulled off some of this little foliage down at the bottom that you know will be underneath the water line. And now we're going to repeat the same step as we did before, creating the collar with the miniature carnations. Monochromatic looks are very, very popular right now. I happen to be particularly fond of the bright yellow because it's a happy, cheery look. Now I'm going to cut the stems again, like I did before. Oop. Keep the foliage out of the water. And I'm going to sink them into the marbles. Now let's repeat the same step with the spray roses. You could either break them apart or use a sharp scissor. But again, the most important thing is you want to make sure that foliage isn't in that water. I know I repeated it an awful lot, but it's very important. Form a little cluster, also known as a nosegay. of spray roses like that. And with the remaining baby's breath, let's make one more collar. Now I'm going to cut these just a little bit lower. So you notice I have 3 graduated heights there, because they're 3 different types of flowers. I want my spray roses to be in and out, tucked in and out, so it's not a perfect mound. If you place the larger one in the middle, and possibly a couple of votive candles, you have a fabulous dining room centerpiece. Using our same marbles, only this time we're going to use a rose bowl, otherwise known as a bubble bowl, which is very popular right now in most design styles. Again, we're going to remove our wrap, and this time we're going with a pink monochromatic theme. Separate your flowers. We're using the same flowers as we did in the other, only in a pink coloration. We're going to do something called a Biedermeier style, which is an old German style of floral design. I'm going to take my spray roses and I'm going to form a little cluster with them in my hand like that. Next, I'm going to take the Alstroemeria lily and removing the foliage that will be below the waterline again. This time you may have to remove a little bit more. We're going to go all around the roses. Just like that. Once you've gotten that next row around it like that, now we're going to do the same thing with the miniature carnations. The same thing we did last time, breaking them up into short pieces, but forming a collar all the way around. The Biedermeier style is row after row after row. Again, remove the foliage, even on the little miniature carnations. And now you play with it a little bit, and I'm just going to pull my roses up a little bit higher so that I have a little bit of a mound here. Now let's do the same thing that we did in the previous vase with the baby's breath. We're going to create a collar all the way around it. This is a very pretty old style that has never lost its popularity. Fluff your baby's breath up, and you should have something like that. Now we're going to cut the stems. Again, as I've said in the past, make sure you don't cut too much and try to cut on an angle. Be sure you've put your flower food back into the vase and holding it tightly so not to lose your shape. We're going to center this right into the vase. How perfect for a nice little garden party or possibly on your cocktail table or in your powder room. Impress your friends with this kind of a look, or really impress them with your new dining room table pieces featuring your old water glasses. As always, happy arranging!